Welcome to my humble abode. I am Yorkie the Talespinner, taking you back to 1111, Memories Retold, and the World War I tale of our two heroes, Kurt from Germany and Harry from Canada.
We escaped, Katrin. We survived.
Kurt's plan worked. Blew a hole clean outside. I couldn't believe it. Me? I found my way back to the front. Turns out they thought I was dead. Told Barrett everything. Apart from the bit where I made friends with a German.
Yes, that could have been awkward.
A break. Asked me if I'd ever seen the Eiffel Tower.
Although I did not encourage her, the cat followed me back to the trenches. In August, they will send me to the sun. All I have to do now is work and wait.
I couldn't tell you why, but that bird seemed to want to stick around. So I took it upon myself to train her. Hell, maybe she'd even be useful.
"15 months until peace." Let's go for Kurt this time.
Dear Katrin, I arrived at the Somme today. I continued my search for Max.
Du solltest dich entspannen, Soldat.
You should relax a little, soldier. Come have a drink with us.
Die von der IR 125
125 were here a few months ago. Lots of wounded, I remember.
Das ist vielleicht ein Wetter, hä?
How about this weather? Almost feels like home.
IR 125.
I am 125. Never met any of those boys. Sorry, friend.
Tut mir leid, mein Freund.
Eine Katze?
A cat here? I don't believe it.
Tut mir leid, nie gesehen.
Sorry, never seen him. Graves 104.
Eins muss man den Franzosen lassen.
I'll say this for the French. They've got some lovely rivers.
Den kenne ich nicht.
Don't recognize him, sorry.
Noch nie gesehen, tut mir
Haven't
leid.
seen him, sorry. I hope
Ich
to
hoffe, du
find him.
findest ihn.
He looks like
Sieht
a
wie ein
good
guter
man.
Junge aus. Sigmund kann sich vielleicht an deinen Sohn
Sigmund
erinnern.
may remember your
Er
son.
hat
He
ein
has a
Register.
register. I
Du
think
findest
it's in
ihn
the
auf dem
cemetery.
Friedhof.
Well, he's asleep, so.
Wolf hat zu viel getrunken.
Wolf had too
Wenn
much
das
to
ein
drink.
Offizier
Even if he
sieht,
turns
kriegen
up,
wir
we're in
richtig
trouble.
Ärger. So viele
So
Gesichter.
many faces, you lose track
verliert
after a
man
while.
irgendwann den
Sorry, I
Überblick.
can't help you.
Ich kann dir leider nicht helfen.
Waldner, stimmt's? Kurt Waldner. Ich habe einen Brief für Sie.
I have a letter for you.
Ich hoffe nur gute Nachrichten.
Good news
aus der
from back
Heimat.
home, I hope.
My dearest Kurt, I understand and support you in what you are doing. But I must tell you, Lucy is ill, Kurt. It is her chest. Dr. Siegfried visited yesterday to examine her, and he seems concerned. I believe he suspects tuberculosis, though he will not say. It is difficult to find medicine in the village. Supplies are scarce. Please, try to come home. Your daughter needs you. I love you. Always. Katrin.
I'm not sure what the treatment for tuberculosis was at the time, but for most medicines it was poor. And you see the personal effects of Felix yesterday. Is it Vimy? He surely fought alongside my uncle Emile Chalon. Alright, so...
Come and play cards with us, Harry. That's an order. Get
All
over
right.
here, Harry. Ha, bring the bird if you must.
Le petit Flanagan est de retour.
Is that bird real?
Is
It's
that
certainly well
bird
trained.
real? It's certainly well trained.
Mais Simon, ce n'est pas Flanagan.
Simon, this isn't
No,
Flanagan.
no, this is Harry. Harry Lambert.
Ah, ah bah il lui ressemble. Nice to meet
Well,
you,
it looks the
Harry.
same. Nice to meet you.
Flanagan was my photographer before you, Harry. You'd have liked him, I think. He was a good photographer. He was a good man.
So what happened to young Flanagan then?
Nope, that was wrong.
The son. He...
Are you alright, Major?
Perfectly fine, yes. Let's just finish the game, shall we?
Wait. Oh well, Simon won.
Well, I don't seem to be winning much, do I?
I certainly didn't.
Come on, Harry. Follow me.
I made a mess of that one.
François, mon ami. Let us in, would you?
Major Barrett, ça par exemple. How are you, sir?
How are
Alive
you,
and
sir?
well, François. This is Harry. I'm showing him the wonders of Paris.
You brought him to the right place. Bienvenue, Harry.
Welcome, Harry. Can't seem to get in there. Well, if I meant to go in,
Apologies, Harry. We have a strict no pigeon policy here.
that's why.
Major Barrett, it's been a while.
Ah, mon cher Marie.
Mary, Mary.
Leur spectacle va
Come
être
here all the time.
certain.
They know how to put on a show.
Excuse me, Major. I am not old.
Ouais, il paraît qu'au salon
I've heard they
un traitement
take
faveur.
extra special care. You have to have a member's card to get there, sadly.
M'en fiche qu'on me traite de
I don't
bloqué.
care that they call me a coward. I will not fight for these morons.
Oh, mais ça va pas, mon petit Luc, aujourd'hui?
You don't seem okay, my Luke.
Gosse.
Should go back and take care.
C'est un appareil photo. Comme
That's a
c'est
camera.
chic.
How glamorous. Will you take my photo?
photo?
Yes, certainly. Step back a little to do it.
And don't forget to send me a copy.
Ici on se divertit
I
comme
tell
nulle
you,
part
friend, the
ailleurs.
entertainment in this place is second to none.
Eh, t'es le mec au
Hey, you're a
courant.
pigeon guy.
On
Don't
peut
get too
facilement
ruffled in
faire
here.
pigeonner ici. À la tienne.
J'ai pas assuré l'autre soir.
I screwed up the other night. I can't go to the VIP lounge anymore. What a pity. I hope you saw that. Well,
Welcome to our
Oh.
place, sir.
Hey, sweetheart. I hope you're enjoying the cabaret.
I see an envelope. French on bicycle.
T'es Canadien?
Are you Canadian? You did a hell of a job at Vimy, guys.
Here, Harry. This is a member's card. Feel free to visit the VIP lounge. I'm going to catch up with Marie.
Very well. That looks like another thing to pick up over there. French on bicycle.
Ah, you have a member's card. Enjoy the lounge.
Can't go through there. Ah. Ah. There's an envelope. Parisian girl, 1 of 3. If my wife saw me here, I would have a hard time. She might ensure you never had a hard time again.
Imagine that. The VIP lounge of a club in Paris. It was a world away from being trapped underground with a German. I still wondered about Kurt. What was he doing right now? Wherever he was, I hoped he was happy. Hell, I just hoped he was alive.
War Cemetery, 1 of 3. Let's just have a jog back.
Ich habe einen Brief für Sie. Ich hoffe nur gute Nachrichten aus der Heimat.
Nope, nothing back here. The graves, 2 of 4. Nothing there.
You should see the graves, Katrin. So many lives, so many hopeful young men. Now covered in dirt. I had to know if Max was one of them.
Before I go there, I'll check back at the little shack we found over here, where there seemed to be an ability to do something. Or maybe not. It must have been one of the little things floating in the air.
Die jüngsten Gräber sind hinten auf dem Friedhof.
No, his grave's at the back.
Ich bin von den Gräbern wie
I'm
besessen.
obsessed with these graves. I know them all. It drives me mad.
Das macht mich noch wahnsinnig.
Die
Gräber, die du suchst, sind auf
The
der
graves you're
anderen Seite
looking
des
for are on the other
Friedhofs.
side of the cemetery. Well, we'll continue here in case we find more collectibles.
Ah, ja.
Ah yes, those graves are to your right.
I cannot describe how it felt to search for his grave. How it felt to look for something I hoped I wouldn't see.
Well, we'll come back to them in a moment. We're trying to find collectibles right now.
Wir können natürlich nicht alle
We can't
Gefallenen
recover
bergen.
all
Viele
bodies, of
bleiben im
course.
Niemandsland, wo
Many
wir sie
remain
einfach
on
nicht
no man's
erreichen.
land, where we can't reach them. No way through there.
Kannst du uns helfen?
Can you help us? We need more crossers. They're in the cart over there.
In dem Karren.
A heavy cart.
Die Arbeit hier
For a
so
heavy
zwischen
burden.
den Toten.
Surrounded by the dead, we appreciate your help.
Danke für deine Hilfe.
No way forwards. Then I guess it's over to check on the graves. And it's okay. Harold Hallebeck. There's so many. But wasn't it the ones at the back? Sebastian Lair, IR 100. IR 100. IR 125. These are our unit here. Elias Zech.
I found the graves of Mac's unit. Most were buried and accounted for, except one, an unmarked grave. A grave with no name. I could not leave the place without knowing the truth, Catherine.
Oh God.
May God have mercy on my soul.
No. Max. Oh, Kurt, rather. Kurt.
Ah non, François! Abdul est encore entré! François! François!
Merde, fais-le sortir.
Get it, mate. Kill it if you have to.
Ah! Did you see that? Tu l'as
I'll tell the
I've been
others.
attached to that bird. Hell, she'd been with me for months. But to the folks at the cabaret, she was just a pest to be killed. Wherever she was, I just had to find her and make sure she was safe. Where are you going? You know, it's funny. At the time, I was so shocked I wasn't even sure it was him. But the only person who looks like Barrett is Barrett. And if I hadn't been at the window at that precise moment, well, maybe things would have been different.
Oh, Harry.
Who knows?
Harry.
hiding?
Oh.
Now, I don't know if you've ever found yourself in this position before.
Unlikely.
But sometimes, you just gotta go with your gut.
Not working out too well, I think. That's an incredible act you've got there, dancing with a pigeon. Who would conceive of such a thing? Brilliant. Parisian girl 2 of 3. And there's the major.
But it was not
not
Max, Catherine. He is still alive. I know it. Please tell Lucy.
Oh. I had help today in finding your brother, although I have not yet managed to track him down. I am reassured to know that there is kindness here at war. Oh. I'm sorry to say I felt sad today. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm making progress in the search for your brother. I believe I'm closer than ever. Yes. That's fine. I thought I'd found your brother's grave, but I believed for a moment your brother was dead. But I was mistaken, Lucy. I'm certain Max is alive somewhere. Oh. That's locked. Someone told me they spoke with you. No. We will go with the truth. Home. I'll do my very best to return home soon. I miss you so much. Your cat is the cat is still with me. You'll meet her one day, I promise. Promise I'll find your brother and I will do whatever I must. The cat is still with me. You'll meet her one day.
The cat is still with me. You will meet her one day. I promise. This is my confession, Catherine. I know it was wrong, but I will do anything to find our son. I must. I pray for Lucy's health, and I will return as soon as I can. My thoughts have become dark of late. The others treat me differently now. Perhaps they know what I did. I fear what will become of me if I stay here too long. I do not know where Max is.
Filter's gone weird again.
And I'm running out of places to look.
Barrett was never the same after that day. I tried to talk to him. Tried to thank him for showing me Paris. But he wouldn't even look at me. So I kept my mouth shut over the next few weeks and kept taking photos. They put more and more of my pictures in the papers back home. Fully credited. I felt like a star.
Here, Lottie. Come here.
Well, that's where we'll end today's episode. Ah, the terrors of war, the loss of loved ones, the revealing of the truth of those we know and assume we know. I have been Private York. No, I haven't. I've been Yorkie the Talespinner. You've been wonderful. The Chihuahua's now hiding behind me, and this has been 1111 Memories Retold. Scythian on.